We're not showing them the content.
Can we fix it?
Are we live now?
Are we live?
There we go.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're live
There
now.
we are. Now we're live.
Blunders, but we're good. Okay,
Oh, I just maximized it. That is not what I was
maximize
doing.
the maximized.
I just want to pop out the chat.
Yeah,
That's all I
need.
want to do.
I got the chat up, so we're gonna give it. We're gonna go for it.
All right, Alex.
We're
You're in
chilling.
commander seat today, so.
Blunders, but we're good. Okay.
Echo.
Oh, I just maximized it. Hello?
Hello.
Am I echoing? I don't think I'm echoing.
It could have been me. I could have had my headset too loud.
I got the chat up, so we're gonna.
It shouldn't show your audio.
All right. Anyways, proceeding right along.
Hey.
Now we've got the technical.
We got them
glitches
out.
out.
So, back to what we were saying. Anime Red Podcast. We're gonna be talking about our favorite things today. Favorite animes, favorite games, favorite characters, mangas. You guys have anything in that realm, and it's a favorite? Bring it to us. We're gonna talk about it today. What do you guys want to start off with? You want to just kick? We always start with anime. Do we just want to kick in the favorite anime?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just start with anime.
Is it like of all time? What are we talking?
Yeah, your favorite. What's this is our favorite thing. So like what got maybe like what is your favorite? Yeah, just what's your favorite? If you had to have the number one, what is your favorite?
If it was like one anime, the only anime you could ever watch, ever. There's not many. See, I want to say Naruto, but there's just.
Yeah,
That's a
dude,
tough-
it's hard
we
because
got-
we
we
got
got-
into this the other week, like about it falls in line with the 10 out of 10s, and we unbiasedly said Naruto isn't a 10 out of 10 anime, but I love Naruto so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could
Paradox
watch it
says
over and over
Black
again.
Cat is his all-time favorite.
And he likes Ox's shirt, so.
Black Cat is a very
Gotta represent my brothers.
awesome anime. Paradox.
You told us about Black Cat before, haven't you?
Yeah,
Mhm.
extremely underrated, and I think it is an amazing one. Definitely a top anime of mine.
Yeah, and like right now, like I still would choose Naruto over a lot of animes, and nostalgia has a lot to do with it. But since we started the podcast and watching so many different ones, things are slowly like shifting on my top 10, just all over the
Right.
place.
I know
And,
it's been
like-
great. Like since we started, and I've expanded to so many different animes. It's like watching my top 10 list is like watching one of those TikTok videos where they show over the years how much money they made, and it like
Yeah.
just drops them in order and everywhere they go.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's like, oh wait, Resurgence here, new season came out.
yeah, dude. Because like Ancient Magus Bride is like slowly growing on me, and so is Grimgar. Like I started that, and I mean, it's pretty good. Like I'm so excited for us to finish it and talk about it.
It's good. I'm having a little trouble with the animation.
Oh really?
I almost didn't think after episode 1 I was gonna make it, because I definitely get the sword art vibes. I'm actually pretty sure they recycled some of the voice actors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I can spot out a few of the voice actors that were in sword art, and the animation style is very much styled like sword art. Like you can tell the enemies are very sword art looking enemies, but in the beginning it caught me off guard, and I grew out of it. Like it's not bad or anything like that. It was just caught me off guard.
Really? See, I enjoy it. Like I was kind of mentioning to Jake, it reminds me of like Ancient Magus Bride isn't blow you out of the water animation, but they do a really good job of just like throwing scenery at you.
Yeah.
And I think it does the same thing with the characters. It does the same thing, but not with scenery, but with other like small things here and there.
And
But
I think when you compare, you got to have like two ends of the spectrum. You've got like Demon Slayer, which has to be the pinnacle of animation, and then you kind of creep your way down to And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but like the Ranking of Kings kind of animation, where it's more
The worst
rudimentary.
animation you've ever
Oh
seen.
It's
my
not. It's not the
goodness.
worst. It's just it's
Mob
more
Psycho
rudimentary.
type animation.
Yeah, yeah.
See, but this is the thing. I feel like we're getting off track a little bit, but
Ooh, even Paradox.
I don't-
There's an echo. I don't know where the echo is.
I'm not sure. Maybe if maybe we can figure it out with Hawkeye if we mute
Oh,
ourselves
is
one by
anyone's
one.
echo cancellation on?
Ooh, I do not have echo cancellation on.
I'd always turn mine off. As long as all of us have it off, it should be fine.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I don't see where no. I'm gonna mute. See if it comes from me.
Demon Slayer is up there too. The Paradoxer says Black Hat, Tokyo Ghoul, Blue Lock, Attack on Titan, and Naruto. Those are the top 5. Those are strong top 5.
You said Demon Slayer and Death Note's up there, though.
See,
Tokyo
like
Ghoul-
this is my thing that I don't like all about Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer, like I enjoy watching it, but like I feel like
You're a hater.
no, it's not that. It's just like I feel like the animation carries it more than the actual story carries it, right?
It's the reverse of Ranking of Kings, yeah.
Yeah, right. Because it's just that's what it is. I feel like because like if you take away all the flashiness when they're doing their breathing, if it was just regular sword techniques, do you watch it? Probably not.
I think it's still just interesting enough that even without, the $180,000 episode budget, it would still be at least a decent anime.
Be mid.
Would it be top tier up there with Jujutsu Kaisen and, Thousand Word Blood Art? No. But it'd be.
Jujutsu.
It's what?
Demon Slayer is way better than Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's a cap.
Loaded Goat
You're
said
capping. You're capping hard. dog.
Brotherhood is his favorite, and that's a great one.
Yeah, Brotherhood is great. It's goated.
Haven't watched it.
You've never watched
Oh, it's so
Brotherhood?
good. Well, I mean, you also think Jujutsu Kaisen's better than Demon Slayer, so.
I think that there's one of those things that turn off. I think Brotherhood is really good, but I think a lot of people underestimate it because you know how there's those playful things in anime where like you get the chibi character all of a sudden, or they go really small, their heads shrink or their heads grow. A lot of people don't like that. And I've had people start Brotherhood and be like, can't do it. It's a little bit too. Same thing with like Demon Slayer, right? Like they joke too much, but something that you get in anime. But I'm
Yeah,
all
it's
about
that,
Brotherhood.
it's that classic thing that you warn people about with anime. It's like it's just an anime thing.
It's Muscles Mice, right? It's got to be the Muscles Mice.
But I look, JJK is definitely better than Demon Slayer.
I have to say yes,
We'll agree to disagree.
even though it's a Naruto copy and paste. 100%.
Which one? JJK?
JJK.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer is like a Bleach copy and paste almost. He becomes
Just
a hunter
not as boring.
for these people.
Oh my goodness, you're crazy, dude.
But One Piece is creeping up there.
Yeah, I gotta start that. I'm gonna start it. I keep saying I'm going to, and then we keep adding animes to the list, and I feel like I'm never gonna have
Okay.
time to sit down and watch One Piece.
But this is my argument about it.
Oh, here we go.
Do you watch? Okay, I watch One Piece is if it hands down is probably the greatest anime that I'll ever watch ever, right? But you can either A, watch 1,000 episodes of one maybe really amazing anime, or I can watch 100 different other animes that could be just as amazing.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Because I watched I watched 1,000 episode anime in Naruto, and that's my fear. Is I'm like, I don't know that I want to get stuck watching another 1,000 episode one, but I do because I know it's so good.
It's so good.
Especially with in Japan when they launched the the real life looking ship. Right?
They did the live action.
Yeah, so people can like ride it and stuff like that. I gotta go to Japan so badly. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm missing it.
We need
Like,
to make a
I'm
trip
gonna
out there.
definitely watch it, but I can't decide if I want to watch it now or when I'm in a retirement home.
You're
and I
already
have nothing
300
better to do.
episodes deep, dog. That's a quarter way done.
I know, but then I won't be watching anything else. That's my problem.
All right, so I'm at Wano, so I'm at like 9:30-ish.
But it's
And-
almost caught up.
Paradox who says, "Oh man, if you think Frozen is calling, or I'm assuming Cap'n, with his JJK, wait until you hear my anime hot take."
Oh boy.
Oh god. All right, so you said you think Naruto is your
Wano.
favorite.
Naruto, yes.
All
I
right.
think so.
Ox.
But One Piece is coming up hot and heavy.
All right. Naruto with One Piece coming up hot. All right, 2,000 episode stories. But still older animes. I'll make the
Older
note
everything.
there. Older animes seem to be winning the prize. All right, Josh, Ox.
Naruto, but I think as of like right now, currently, Bleach is above Naruto for me.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
Like Bleach is just the new season with it releasing. Like I think I think what makes the difference for me is comparing like Boruto, Thousand Year Blood War. Like, you know, the story has continued, but it's a downtrend with Boruto, and it's continuing just to climb with Thousand Year Blood War.
Now, what if you did Boruto manga
Now Boruto manga is fire, like it's fire, but
compared to Thousand Word Blood Art?
you know, but I haven't read that, and that's a lot to read. But everything that I've known and have heard, the manga is 1,000 times better when it comes to Bleach. I mean, I've read a few chapters in the beginning of Bleach. I haven't continued it, but from what I know, it's fire as well. So that'll probably be a hard decision to make. It's just that thing where, and we'll see even more whenever the part 2 of the returning season comes back here shortly. I think that's going to really be a deciding factor, and it's going to blow things up. I mean, when it was released, it was blowing the internet up. At the same time, it was around Chainsaw Man and stuff, so it was a little,
Dulled
you
down.
know, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, we've been off break of Chainsaw Man for so long that I've almost forgotten about it. Like I forgot that we were watching.
Yeah, when we do second season, I'm gonna have to rewatch first season.
I know. I feel like I had to rewatch the first one.
You always have to do that though. That's how I always never really understand. Everybody like hates on people that watch dub and watch sub. Like I don't really have a preference, but I usually watch both.
I have been starting to get more into the dub, unless I don't have a choice, simply because I'm watching so many animes now that I kind of have to listen more than I have to watch. And at least with English, I can listen to it and have a base understanding of what's happening.
Right.
Whereas like I can't, you know, I can't watch it in Japanese and know what's happening. So, yeah, so I'm finding like with a lot of stuff, I'm just watching it in dub. Like I'm probably gonna have to do that for One Piece, where I'm managing a couple of things at the same time while watching One Piece. But I also thought that I might tackle One Piece with my daughter, because I kind of want to get that early stages of anime. We're starting to intro her into some stuff as she gets more understanding, and I feel like One Piece would be a good like. Here, I can put this on forever for you to keep you occupied,
Yeah.
and you know it's all gonna come together. Although I know that's gonna bite me in the ass come kindergarten, grade 1, when they go, "Oh, what do you like to watch?" I watch One Piece. Oh,
Gum Gum rocketing everywhere.
Yeah.
what's that? That's the gum gum fruit. Oh shoot. Oh crap. Gonna be getting calls every single day to go and pick up my kid from school.
Hey, you'll be the king of the classroom. All right, it'll be fine. But like, do you guys have an anime that you're afraid to watch because you're afraid it's going to become your number one?
Yeah, of course.
I think One Piece is that for me, and I also think Haikyuu is that for me. Because I
One
want to watch
Piece-
Haikyuu so bad. But
One Piece is
I don't
absolutely
really-
that anime for me.
Yeah. I think it's like that for a lot for everybody. I mean,
Because
I
I
like.
refuse to let anything take away from Sword Art Online.
Mhm.
It's my favorite, and I just can't. You know, 86. I kept going, you know, it's great, but it ended. That's why. That's why I can't like it. It ended.
Yeah,
But
it's tough. Like, but and I did the same thing you with you, Andrew. Like, One Piece is just that it's an anime. It's so long that I'm gonna have to I have to dub it out. I have to. That's part of the reason I stopped at 300 or so was because that's when Netflix ran out of episodes. And that was at the time I was like downloading episodes, replaying them. Um, I had canceled Funimation, which is where I was previously watching it. So Crunchyroll, I don't think has any dubbed episodes, or if they do,
No,
it's not
it's
very
all
many.
on Funimation.
Yeah, so can Funimation download episodes now?
Yeah, you can download One Piece on Funimation.
So
ooh, might have to do that then.
I
Just
have
get
to
it,
do it.
download it all.
But that's what I was doing. I was downloading and just watching episodes, delete them and download at home. Um, it's hard to, I usually watch my stuff, either super late at night or
No
like
cap. I'd rather you watch Haikyuu first over One Piece.
I'm afraid
just
to
'cause
watch Haikyuu, dude.
It's
I'm afraid.
so good.
I'm so scared.
All right. So with that, then we'll go into anime character. Doesn't have to be from the same anime. Who is your favorite anime character that you just think rises above the rest of them?
Wow, that's tough. See, okay, another one of my favorites. Character and animes would be I love Gon, and I also love Hunter x Hunter. But Hunter x Hunter, if it continued, it'd be the greatest anime of all time.
You can.
Done. If Hunter x Hunter comes back with anime, it will take over as greatest anime of all time. Dude.
No.
I'm telling you. But I like Gon. I like that playful character that just has those like. I mean, it's Naruto too. You're super playful, super funny to watch, but it just gets super serious sometimes, and it's just like I wouldn't fuck with that dude. I mean, I know that's a lot of characters. That's Luffy. That's Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in terms of like, I try to characters that he's more carefree. Nothing crazy to prove or anything like that. Kind of like Ichigo. It's like, hey, all I really care about is protecting and caring about my friends. Nothing else. Gon kind of has the same premise when it comes to that. He cares about his friends, and that's really his. Doesn't have some huge massive goal or anything like that. Sometimes it's just like, hey, you can be a kid kind of thing, and that's what I kind of like about Gon.
Mm.
He does have like he fits the childlike attitude as well. Whereas like with Naruto and Luffy, they're both older, acting like children, where he's still actually a child acting like a child.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
And you see that come out too, where like he'll get mad at someone for killing somebody or hurting someone, but like he allows Killua to do it and doesn't bat an eye. So he's very immature, which he should be, right? He's a kid. So I enjoy the character for that. Trying to think if I have any other ones. What are you guys?
Paradoxic said Shikamaru.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
That's
Shikamaru's
a solid
good.
pick.
He's a likable character. Mine is Jiraiya. He's my favorite anime character. I think that everything with him is just rounded out throughout the anime. And I kind of look for that when I watch an anime. I want a character that people might mistake for something, but then he has a really big backstory. He's powerful, he knows it, but he's laughable and funny. But then when it's real, it's real. And I think Jiraiya fits that, perfectly. Everyone labels him as the pervy sage. He's obviously writes the novels that Kakashi loves. Acts as a father figure to Naruto, and of course we see his untimely end, but we see how powerful he really is, ultimately unlocking how Nagato, works as Pain. And it was funny because I was actually just talking about that with my brother the other day. We were going to Walmart, and I watched a TikTok where somebody was saying nobody knows real Pain unless they were current with Naruto, village being flattened, not anything. It was just a black screen, the purple eyes, and then almighty push, and then that was it. End of the episode. And you're like, I'm like, I couldn't wait 4 months. I'd pull my hair out
Yeah,
waiting to
back in the
find
day,
out what the hell happens.
I couldn't. I was thinking about this. My favorite character. I didn't want to go MC,
Mhm,
so
mhm,
I
mhm.
I picked Zoro because I think he's the one where like Luffy is a childish character. Zoro is the one that grounds Luffy.
Mhm.
He's the one with the swords, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah. Look, my dude's all of a sudden this a One Piece fanatic over here. Okay.
oh my god,
But he done got the Wano. He done forgot about Naruto.
who's Naruto's first speech, right? His
Mhm.
Yeah.
first spiel about being, and he made his Nindo there, or Zoro because like when Usopp tried to leave, he told
Mhm.
Luffy like, "Hey, if you take him back, you know, I'm gonna leave because that's not what a captain should do." He's the first person to ever call Luffy the Pirate King. I think he just really envelops like what Luffy, like the yin to Luffy's yang. So I
Yeah,
think,
and that's
yeah,
I feel like they're so damn many. I mean, Kiba, that's a tough one right
yeah.
there.
I mean, now you're
That's
gonna play. He's got a dog, I
yeah.
guess.
You know. Gives you just like so much wisdom. Like Jiraiya does that. I mean, he gives you a lot of wisdom, but he's also not this like super crazy serious character all the time.
Mhm.
The dragon
Oh,
from Ancient Magnus Bride.
mm-hmm,
That's a wise man right there.
mm-hmm. Oh yeah, dude. He's now that was crazy. Like that stuff was insightful. Well, wait, I mean, I think whenever you watched it, you called me. You're like, dude, this dude is spitting facts.
He was spitting bars on us. He said, "Why do you fear tripping and falling into the sky?"
Yeah.
I said, "Jeez."
If you put that one more time, I'm gonna put that in my yearbook in my next life.
That was almost my yearbook book.
That's too good.
No, what about villains? As far as villains, on the other side, you got.
Ooh,
Who's your favorite?
villains? Okay.
All right, I
This
bet
is
Jason's
tough.
gonna be a One Piece character now.
Oh,
aren't it?
there we go.
Tough.
Big
This is
Mom.
tough.
I'm gonna go with the Flamingo over here. Okay, but okay,
Frozen.
villains.
Frozen good.
Um,
Let's
That
try to
one
keep
is
it
tough.
away from our top 3 villains that we did in like episode 3.
yeah,
yeah.
because obviously Pain, Itachi, and Madara are easy go-tos.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think my favorite. Well, one of my favorites was in my top 3 though. That's what sucks because Miriam is like definitely a favorite of mine, just because like he started out as a really bad dude, but like he just gained more clarity as it went.
Yeah.
It's convincing like Netero that like, hey, I can pretty much like save humanity kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like you can't help but not like that, right? But like Netero had no choice, so that's like tough. I think if I had to go with another favorite, like Askeladd is a really good like villain. Like it's that villain that he's not really a villain, but like he's like it's almost like he's portraying the fact that he is, but he's also like teaching these lessons, and he also has a goal behind him that's like virtuous or honorable for himself. That like hey, that's what he's trying to accomplish. So at the end, he's not technically a villain, but like you know, I think when it comes across it, I enjoy that. Like just having someone who's, you could even say Itachi, for that matter.
Yeah, anyone
Yeah,
who's
there's a lot. Like it's tough because who do you define as a villain? Because there's a few different ways you could view Eren Yeager as a villain,
Right.
right? Um, oh, it's so tough. I'm gonna say,
I think
mm,
really
I
it's
don't
really
know. I'm
hard.
trying not to go with an anime with a Naruto character, but it's just really tough because they're so prevalent. I was gonna say
Mhm.
Orochimaru because
We talk
like
about the yin and
Seto
yang kind
Kaiba,
of thing. What about Seto Kaiba? Would you consider Seto Kaiba a villain?
he's definitely the protagonist of most of Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know, like in the first couple of seasons, I think Pegasus is
Hmm.
the bad guy, but again for love kind of thing. Um, Paradoxic is bang on. Creed Discant is a good one from Black Cat.
Hmm.
He's a great
I
villain.
think did he make your top in? I think he was on. Uh,
I was dumb and I said Team Rocket for my third.
that's right. That's right.
Oh, I remember that one, buddy. I remember that.
Yeah, so it's tough for me because I have to stay in the universe of like the. I don't really classify Itachi as a villain, to be honest with you. I have a lot of reasons why, but it would take a whole podcast for me to explain it.
Hmm.
But I think, like, honestly, it's got to be in that Orochimaru. I don't even really classify Nagato as a villain. It's just people put in unfortunate situations where they want better change for the world,
Hmm.
right? And I think, does that really make you a villain? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm gonna say something like Orochimaru. Uh,
Good
that's
redemption. A little bit of a redemption kind of story there, a little bit when it comes to that.
yeah.
I feel like if I had to pick someone in like the Naruto verse, I think Obito would be like my choice there. Um,
Yeah.
just because like I like seeing what turns you into that person, and then
Yeah.
flip around, you get the redemption, and
I
you
mean,
get to
Gonzo.
experience that
Gonzo is
versus
villain to the core.
yeah. But like, see,
Yeah.
like you can't, that's my thing. Though it's like Donzo's a really good one though, because he was a bad dude, but he did bad things for the sake of the village, right?
I know one. I
Like I
just
think
have
he's
to
a
look
really
up.
good example.
It's it's the whole paradox where it's like, from whose view, especially in Naruto, whose view is the bad guy? Like, because
Yeah.
essentially, the means justify the end. Because
Hmm.
Madara was trying to make a good end,
Yeah.
but he had to, put the whole world to sleep for it.
Yep.
Oh, there it was.
Yeah. Dude, I feel like
Poe. I couldn't remember his name for the life of me. Poe, and the name probably doesn't strike because they don't really mention. I think they only mention it once, but he is the leader of Laughing Coffin in Sword Art Online,
oh
and
the Kung Fu Panda dude.
yeah.
I'm kidding.
he comes up he comes up throughout different Sword Art arcs. Like he's in Gun Gale briefly, he then appears in Alicization. Sorry if you haven't seen Alicization. But Yeah, he's like a recurring. Laughing Coffin is a reoccurring villain throughout
Mm.
Sword Art.
Yeah, and
Do
like
you ever find out who that is? Do you ever get to see the guy?
Who?
Puff?
Yeah.
Laughing Coffin.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think. I think does Naruto have the best villains? Because like every single one of them, if you go back far enough, like Jake said, there's like a means to why they're doing that versus just being evil just to be fucking evil, right?
Yeah, like they're not all for
I
one.
think Naruto and One Piece probably do it the best because I
Mhm.
mean, in One Piece, isn't it? What is it? Is it Doflamingo is a villain, isn't he?
Flamenco. Yeah,
Yeah.
What's Light Yagami from?
Death Note.
Death Note.
All right, so that's a who? Oh, actually, Paradoxic mentioned that Light. Yeah. Um, but no, I think
Yeah.
Naruto and probably One Piece, maybe even Bleach, do it best.
Yeah, like there's a lot of good villains. Like I mean, like Frieza is a good villain, but she wouldn't be my favorite villain. Like it's just like I haven't seen any kind of like and I don't know the lore of like Dragon Ball like that. Like I don't know if there's some wholehearted reason Frieza just wants to go around destroying fucking planets.
And-
As far as I know, she's just doing it. He's just doing it just because he wants to do it for fun. Like
we and the thing is, we kind of loop back around to it. We're talking these are villains from animes that have spanned for a long period of time. People that keep coming back, people that have been in the anime for a long time, right? Everyone in Naruto has been in there almost since the beginning, right? Orochimaru's right in the beginning. Itachi's in the beginning. Madara is rumored in the beginning, but not confirmed until later on. But again, the ultimate protagonist to the first Hokage. Yeah, no, I think that's a solid villain lineup.
yeah, and that
Yeah.
kind of brings up one of our anime questions that we had for this week, and that was basically who would you rather be? Would you rather be Aaron Yeager or would you rather be Itachi? And coming from the situation of whose decision would you rather make? Right? Would you rather make the decision to or totally villains? Yeah, they are villains. They're not great. They just want to fight. But anyway, I just was looking at the chat there. Producer Aka had chipped
So
in.
then I guess the question is, are you the person that sacrifices the world for your family, or sacrifices your family for the world?
Yeah. And it's hard. But I ain't even gonna say that. I ain't gonna say it's hard because the easy decision is Aaron, right? I think that's the easier decision of the two to make.
Well, yeah, it depends on like needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few is a good idea until the few are your close few
Yeah.
and you don't care about the many.
Yeah.
I'm a
Like,
Tachi one. I'm a Tachi 100%. I'd burn this world to the ground for my brother. I wouldn't even care.
well, I mean, so in terms of just like, no, like, would you like
Kill your family.
kill your family and friends
for your village.
to protect your community?
Oh, I get you.
Or
No,
would
no, I
you
couldn't
kill
hurt-
your community to protect your family and friends?
I'd burn the world down for my family,
Yeah.
for my
Yeah.
friends and family. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Well,
even,
and that's how, like, I get it. That's a mass genocide, right? You don't want to kill everybody in the world, all that stuff. But like, I feel like Aaron's choice compared to Itachi's is the easier one to make.
Yeah. Itachi's, you have to go to a place in your mind where you just, well, you're exactly him. You're blank stare. You feel nothing.
Yeah.
You're just nothing feels anything to you. You're a
Dude,
zombie.
how bad it must have felt to like put yourself in that state of mind to where like you've made that decision, like, hey, I'm gonna kill my clan, this is what needs to be done. And then I would have been mad as hell if I would have done that, and then I would have been behind my mother and father, and then my father would have gave me that speech. I would have been mad as hell, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you just couldn't.
I
you
had
just
myself up for
couldn't
3
shut
weeks.
up. I was like, you just gonna tell me you're proud of me and all this shit all of
Yeah.
a sudden? Like, I would have been mad as hell.
But you get to that point where it's like if you really had to,
Mm-hmm.
there were two buttons in front of you. One killed just your family. You got to keep one person or whatever. And the other button killed the rest of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Could you bring yourself
Almost
to
all of
kill
humanity.
7
Okay,
billion people?
it's tough. Like I feel like
Well, you know, if I lose it all outside
you're
the
gonna
wall-
lose more sleep over hitting the button to kill your family. I feel like you're gonna be more hesitant to hit that button. I'm
Because
feeling
what
your
do
All
family.
that
you
fucked up, he
have
was
if you
marked
have no
as-
family?
He was
What?
marked as a villain.
Yeah.
The thing is if you have no family, then yes, you are as powerful as Itachi because you have nothing. You have nothing you need to worry about. There is no wound that you're going to inflict on someone that will cause you any amount of pain because nothing cuts deeper than hurting family. So there's just you're invincible, right? Like even when you die like with 1,000 swords through you, just being like, the end. And you're just like, that's it. Like it means nothing. It doesn't mean anything to you. Death is just the next step, right? Like it's not. You don't feel anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Yeah, like you said, it's an easy, natural, team Aaron choice. Same time though, the way it's framed up with Itachi, because he doesn't lose everybody. Obviously, Sasuke is still alive. One person he leaves to kill him, right? That was the caveat to that was he left the one person alive that could kill him, and he would feel it, or he would know that everything was righted for him.
Yeah.
But you also have to look at it like he was guaranteed his brother's safety
Yeah.
if he killed his clan. Whereas if he didn't kill his clan, his brother might have died fighting in a war against the rest of the Leaf Village.
Yeah.
That he didn't sign up for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really tough, and like without the whim of Obito just telling Sasuke, like no one would have known.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like that's the part that like is like crazy, because like we all watched Naruto, probably in the beginning can't stand, not just being able to stand Itachi.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and then to find out like the truth, like that was tough, and it's just like holy shit, like this is how it all went down.
I mean, to me, I was so happy to meet. I love it when animes bring in the villain that is so strong, but you are absolutely nowhere near seeing that fight. Like when he first comes to the village and the bell, and you hear the dinging of the bells, and you remember the foresight back to Kakashi's story of only a couple of students being able to actually retrieve the bell. And then when Naruto opens up the door in the little hotel they're in, and there's Itachi standing there, and he just like back slaps the people, and then he just kind of like doesn't even do anything. He doesn't phase anything. He's so powerful that he could just he just flicks him in the forehead, right? And you're just kind of like, oh shit. And it takes Jiraiya's toad stomach to get them out of there, which again doesn't even phase Itachi. He just kind of stands there, and he's just like, don't bother, Kisame, we won't be able to escape from it. And then he just like black fire and then just walks out.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, oh, okay. Like
He's that dude. So
yeah, he's that dude.
final decision, what do you guys got? Aaron or Itachi's decision, and why?
Aaron.
I think it's the most like like if you're a human, that would probably be the choice you'd pick.
Same. I'm gonna go with Aaron. I just think, and then you also have to think of it too. If you're in Aaron's shoes, the whole fucking world hates you and wants you dead. Right?
You die either way.
Hey, you were
Like,
put on an island
like,
to die.
Like if the whole world wants me dead, I'm gonna take you out first. Like that's how I'm doing. I'm pushing the button. Hey,
Yeah.
don't discriminate over here. All right, kids, women, children, y'all gone. I protect my boys. Okay. The island of parody. Listen to the podcast. All right. But What we got next? What else favorites we got to hit up? We've talked about favorite anime characters, favorite anime villains, favorite animes. We can move on into gaming.
Shift yourself into games. And
Games.
before we do that, I gotta let you guys know. Discovered something cool. I'm gonna show it to you.
Uh-oh.
I always bring props. You know, always gotta bring props. Everybody knows Zelda came out, and a lot of people got digital copies because that's just the way people do things now. I'm still very much a physical copy kind of person. So I just happened to be looking at my physical copies of the game, and I started to notice some things in the actual artwork of it. And I'll show you guys both. So this is the Breath of the Wild front cover, and this is the Tears of the Kingdom front cover. Now, I also noticed while they were sitting on a table that if you put them together, wait, it completes the map.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what? No way. But
Hey.
there it is.
2 mid games don't make a good one. I'll tell you that right now.
What did you just say?
I've been giving Jake shit about Zelda.
All right, let me tell you something. Zelda is now confirmed to be IGN's greatest video game franchise on the planet. They have 9 top 10 or 9 10 out of 10 rated video games in the existence of video games. Zelda holds 4 of them. Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom.
And Majora's
4
Mask had
of
to
the
be
9
close.
10 out of 10s ever given out by IGN held by Zelda.
I'm
You can't
surprised
say that the
Majora's Mask
games are
isn't up
not.
there. I can't believe that's not in there.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my favorite out of them.
Which one?
Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask is good, but a lot of people consider it a continuation of Ocarina of Time, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not super canon. Like Ocarina, like it's almost a side story kind of esque.
This is the first official confirmed continuation of like an exact game storyline where the map is still in the game and everything is still there. I haven't gotten into it yet. I've been trying to finish Breath of the Wild, and I'm really close. I'm on the 3rd. I'm inside the 4th. Divine Beast. So once I do that, I can go and beat Calamity Ganon, and then I can get into the next game. So I'm close. I think I have maybe like, I don't know, 2 hours left to play, and I'll be done. Breath of the Wild. So
I played so many hours of Breath of the Wild.
But Emily is probably about 10, 11 hours into Tears of the Kingdom right now, and I don't know how far story-wise she's progressed. I do hear her laughing a lot when she fuses different things together and launches herself across the map. But she is having a lot of fun with it. She does like the things you can do in this game. She did say that the difficulty scale is a little more challenging than Breath of the Wild. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't played it yet, so.
Oh, Hawkeye said Link Between Worlds was a sequel to Link. Oh, that was the DS ones, yeah.
That's the DS though.
They
Fair
had
enough.
they've had a lot
They're
of
not major console releases. They are AAA titles, but they're not console release games.
they're. If you ever look at Zelda's like timeline, that shit's everywhere.
Yeah.
They have
Like,
like
Link
3
is the eternal
branches of
champion, man.
timelines. It's ridiculous.
I think that when they get around to finally casting this live action version of it, it's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where they start it or where they have it or what storyline it's a part of, but it will be awesome.
What's the
Anyway,
what's the
sorry,
game
I
one?
did drift there. What are people's favorite video games? Jake, what's your favorite video game of all time?
Favorite video game of all time.
I used to think in Paradox that said we should do the opposites hated show and character.
That'll be next in a few weeks.
If it's, are we going purely off like I would assume hours you've put into a game, right?
Not even doesn't even have to be that.
7
Just
hours.
what is the favorite? What game have you played and you're just like, oh my god, this is my favorite game I've ever played. It could be a shooter, it could be an
Yeah, oh,
RPG,
okay.
it could be anything, anything
It's
that you just
it's
like
Kingdom Hearts
brings you
2.
overall enjoyment.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is fucking insane.
If
Great.
I could replay that game without knowing me ever playing it before, I
Kingdom
would.
Hearts 2.
It would be fun. It was a phenomenal game.
It's a really good choice.
Mm.
I love
Fantastic.
Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. You know, the intro is a game in it fucking self. It's so
Yeah.
fucking long, but
Yeah.
Kingdom
Banger
Hearts.
songs though. That was
Oh my
when
god.
peak anime song.
Oh my god, dude. I love Kingdom Hearts.
It's so good.
I don't think if I like think back to my childhood, I don't know if there was a game I played more than Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
like rinse and
fire.
repeat, just like beat it and would just refresh the game,
Restart it. Yeah.
right? That would be it, constantly.
Yeah.
Like I will say, like Kingdom Hearts would probably be my favorite. That would probably be my number one, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. But like Jack and Daxter,
Yes.
God, dude,
Classic.
I love that. Jack and Daxter was it. That shit was fun. Like, you know, third person shooter, wacky guns, really cool banter from the Daxter. Yeah, Daxter that was on your shoulder. So it was funny and it was fun to play. Those were the two games I was always playing on PlayStation 2. It's Kingdom Hearts and Jack and Daxter.
Sly Cooper.
Lemon said
Cooper was
Sly
it.
Cooper.
Sly Cooper was fun.
Monkeys. So I'm in the same boat as you guys. I think we're in agreement. Kingdom Hearts is it. It is not the number one for me. Ratchet and Clank. It doesn't matter which one. Ratchet and Clank was my go-to for everything,
Yeah.
no matter if I was feeling
Never got
crappy.
into it.
There were two
I-
kids. There was the Jack and Dexter kids, and there was the
And
Ratchet
there
Ratchet
and
and
was the
Clank
Ratchet
kids.
and Clank. I just could not. For me, and I'll tell you, it was based on one character. It was Captain Quark that made the whole damn game, because every single time you went into a battle arena, it was always your person was Mustachio, and it didn't matter what it was. Like, you could never have a bad day and play Jack and Daxter. Or,
I'll tell you what.
and play Ratchet and Clank. I played
You-
all of them.
You
But-
guys ever play Beautiful Joe?
Oh yeah.
Beautiful
That-
Joe.
So when I
was
saw My Hero
insane.
Academia, or not, yeah, My Hero Academia for the first time, I was like, damn, they just made Beautiful Joe into a
Yeah,
anime.
Beautiful Joe was crazy. I was like, what is this
Yeah.
fucking game? There's shit going on everywhere.
What was that game you talked about the other day, Ox? Because
Which one?
me and Ox talk about old video games all the time. It
Which
was
one?
like, it was a game I told you I never played.
Buddy.
Bazooka.
Oh, Banjo and Kazooie, dude.
Yeah.
Banjo and Kazooie, dude.
Oh,
Yes.
oh my god, you got to, dude.
Banjo
that-
and Kazooie.
Banjo Kazooie. Okay, that was probably the one video
Yeah,
game
yeah, dude.
I listened to the intro every single time without fail. The whole thing. I did not skip. If I didn't hear that dope ass banjo and fiddle solo at the
Yeah,
beginning,
dude.
you weren't even living.
That shit
Buddy.
was fucking awesome, man. Like we were talking about it, and I legit wanted to just go get a fucking Nintendo 64 just to play that shit
Oh,
again,
you don't
dude.
even need to. It's on the Xbox and PC Game Pass.
And I'll
just go
tell
play
ya-
Banjo-Kazooie.
I tell you another one that I fucking loved. The Mario where he had the fucking water sprayer on GameCube.
Super Mario Sunshine?
Was that it? Dude, I fucking love that fucking game.
Great game.
I don't know what it was. I never beat it. Like I never beat these fucking games. I don't
Yeah.
beat Kingdom Hearts, all those, but like, dude, it was so fun to play. That game that had the puzzles, the fighting, and all that shit. That shit was amazingly fun to play. Banjo Kazooie, fucking Jack and Daxter,
Nintendo
Kingdom
made some
Hearts.
gas games.
Nintendo great on some
Right?
stuff.
And that's the thing, is like, you never realize it till now.
Yeah.
And everyone's going PlayStation, Xbox. You guys are so blind that Nintendo's been winning the console wars for like 3 years
Dude.
now.
Nintendo 64, Pokemon Snap, dude, couldn't put
Yeah.
it down.
Oh yeah.
Pokemon
Couldn't-
Stadium, where you
couldn't
could
put it
emulate
down.
all of your Pokemon games
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
right into it. I mean, Ryan's going all the way back to Duck Hunt here. Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna kill that dog one day. That dog will
He said-
not laugh at me one more
Oh,
time.
Crystal. Crystal was probably the
Dude.
best Pokemon game.
You just have to lump Pokemon as Pokemon, okay?
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
Pokemon. Everything.
There's
Yeah.
a reason there's like 30 of them.
It's insane. Halo 3. See, I
Oh,
played
see, Halo was my favorite.
Halo 1 and 2.
Halo 1,
But-
the pistol.
never had online. It was
Yo,
just me
Jay
and my
Moran,
cousin
slow down.
1v1ing
all the time.
all the time. Yeah.
Ask you a question. Were you guys? Oh, okay, I know Jake was. I used to kill some. I don't remember what NBA 2K it was, but there was an NBA 2K where if you just double tap square and you had LeBron James, you did a spinning dunk every time.
I heard in the newest NBA that if you play as Ja Morant, you pull out a pistol and you start dunking on people,
just shoot,
and you just
start
like you
shooting
just capping
people.
all the players on your way to the hoop.
Jesus Christ. Too soon, too soon. Yeah, that was dude. Nintendo 64 had so many good ones. I remember that there were. I don't even.
Guys,
There was
we're looking over it right now. Everybody knows right now we would get GoldenEye 4-player split screen going.
Oh
right
my
now.
god, dude.
Big
Never
head
played
mode.
GoldenEye.
Yeah.
No odd job.
Never played GoldenEye.
Dude.
Duh Hunt and what?
Oh,
Duh
man.
Hunt.
I feel like I
GoldenEye
should
was
mention
pretty
Zelda
great.
in there somewhere, given that I have.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, it was like. So funny things like I think I don't know, I don't remember how it was saved back then. I assume it was saved on the console. Well, I guess I got like a used console
For
and
what?
64.
Oh, they had memory sticks.
Yeah, it was
you
like a
put
little
'em in the
memory
controller.
slot.
Well,
in
I
the
guess
console.
somewhere or another I either got a memory card or whatever, and I had Zelda Ocarina of Time, and I had someone's like really deep into it game, and like that's like all I ever played was just like deep
Yeah.
into it. They had all the hearts, had all the health in the world, and I would just go around and I would play until it turned night, and I would get scared and I would turn the game off.
I think Breath of the Wild's the first one where I have not actively gone to try and get all the heart containers. Like every
Mm.
Zelda game I've played, I'm just maxing the heart containers, but I don't know, just finding all the shrines and stuff when I'm trying to get
See-
to Tears of the Kingdom is just too much right now.
I'll tell you
It's
what,
like,
I
you know
never.
what? I'll eat food that gives me 1,000 hearts, so
I never played it, but I was at that age where I just always watched. I used to love watching my cousin play Tomb Raider.
oh yeah,
Same.
yeah, the original.
Oh my
stuff.
god, dude!
My stepdad played
I'd sit
Tomb
there and
Raider.
watch it all day, dude. I couldn't take my eyes off the TV. Didn't want to play it.
was
Never
the booty.
wanted to play it.
It was
Just
the
wanted to
booty.
watch it. It was probably the booty.
It
Okay,
was the 8-pixel booty.
that's where it
Gotcha.
came from. But that was also a banger. I used to love watching that.
All right, then let's go to favorite video game characters, and
Man,
this is gonna be hard. There's thousands of video game characters out there.
yeah, that's kind of.
Who is your
Oh, I got mine. I got
who's your
mine.
favorite? Oh, and then we gotta do villains. We gotta do villains after that.
God, dude, what is the best?
Mine are from the same game.
Oh,
All right, Jake. What is your favorite game character?
The character's Cloud.
okay, yeah, Cloud from Final
Cloud.
Damn, I
Fantasy.
should have gone
Great.
first.
Is Sephiroth your other one?
Sephiroth is the villain.
Jesus
It's gotta be
Christ.
across the board. Come on.
Jesus Christ.
Best game genres. Their appearance in Kingdom Hearts was amazing. Fighting Sephiroth in the arena.
Yeah. That's what made
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2
Yeah.
so flippin'. Ooh!
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Final Fantasy VII is the best Final Fantasy.
I mean, they're still making remakes of the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Advent Children, which was one of the greatest animated movies of all time. Like, so good. Advent Children is just, like for its time. When did it come out? Like 2005, I think, or 4. For its time, when you had the animation style that Square Enix did, which by the way, if we were going to talk about our favorite studios, Square Enix would win hands down, or Square Enix, however you want to say it. It's got to win hands down because, like Demon Slayer, it's got the flashiest animation of all. Of all. Blizzard wins in cinematics, but like, still, when we're talking 2003, and you get to the point where Cloud dashes down and he hits the character, and then all of a sudden he's just like hands in the air. and then the sword just like appears, and the soft silver hair is just like falling for an eternity all the way down to his feet, and you're like, oh my god, and he's just floating there. And then he just kind of looks up and he's like, it's so good to see you again, Cloud. And you're like, oh, like I was in the movie theater. I was just like, this is what having an orgasm feels like. And that's how good Sephiroth is.
God,
Yeah,
dude,
Cloud's a great one.
this
All
is
right,
so
Alex.
this is so hard, dude. Favorite? Okay. Gosh, God, this dude put me in a spot here. So I've always had, oh, I think it comes from just being a kid and like used to always watch my mom play like Mario and stuff. I really like Yoshi. Yoshi
Yoshi's
has
dope.
always been
Yoshi's
one of my
dope.
favorite characters. Like if I'm playing like Mario Kart or anything, I'm either picking Yoshi or I'm picking Waluigi. Like it's never anybody else. Just because love Yoshi. Um, and in terms of, so if I had to like, there was a favorite villain, man. Okay, can it be Hand from
Yes, Master Hand, sure.
Master?
Why not?
I don't know, like it's like when I think of it, like in terms of, you know, I think that's the most iconic one that I've faced in video games. Just I played a lot of Smash Brothers and everything like that. And in terms of like any other villain, like I would like Sephiroth. Like I mean, like I don't know. I'm not a Final Fantasy like person. I've never been able to like play the games. I just don't find them fun. But I love that they're in the Kingdom Hearts because they're fun in Kingdom Hearts. So like I don't necessarily know like the lore and all that stuff when it comes to Sephiroth and all that stuff. Good guy, bad guy or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but I
I mean,
always thought he was
can-
the fucking coolest character ever
We
fucking
can talk
designed.
about it one time. I can run you guys
Like,
through Final
'cause,
Fantasy.
I mean, like he's like every time you look at it, it's like, dude, I want to be that guy. Like that fucking
The long
sword.
sword.
if
Yeah, dude.
if I can find my PS1 memory card, I've got my 99 game time on Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 7. Like I have everything on it.
Yeah, so
It's,
but like it's you know, Master Hand, you know, King Dedede is a pretty I kind of, you know, from playing Kirby a lot. Like that's a pretty
I didn't play a lot of Kirby.
that's a good one. Dude, we
I
didn't even
think
mention like Spyro or anything like that.
Spyro's
I was
gas.
never a Spyro fan.
Spyro, and then there's another one. I feel like I'm missing one more.
If
those,
you're
like,
talking
iconic
PlayStation,
games.
Crash Bandicoot was a big one.
Crash Bandicoot. I never was a big Crash Bandicoot fan.
I think Limited Sly. If you played Sly, there was like Crash, and then people that played Sly Cooper.
Yeah. I feel
Sly
like
Cooper's-
Sylvanas might be one of my like favorite like villains. Like I love her character. I love her character design and all that stuff too. Like I think she's perfection. I love her.
I think my favorite and villain are you know mostly obvious, but favorite character I think probably has to be it's probably got to be Link.
Mm-hmm.
Probably my favorite game character, and then I think my villain is kind of obvious. Nothing to me is better than Arthas. I think
yeah.
he's like the epitome of villain, and
Arthas
great
from,
story to it.
Where's Arthas,
Arthas. What World of
He's
Warcraft?
the Lich King.
from? Oh,
Lich King.
World of Warcraft.
Did y'all play Rayman? That was the other one.
Not
No.
not enough.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think Arthas is a good one.
Yeah, he's
He is a good one.
I don't know, he was always the dope one for me. Like I know pretty much everything there is to know about Lich King, Arthas, and
Yeah, I'll tell you, you want a good look. You know, everybody's got that grandpa that'll like sit you down and just talk about good old times. But like, if you give Ryan or Andrew a drink or two and you ask them about World of Warcraft lore,
Oh.
buddy, you're
Man.
there for the morning. Okay, you're there for a
Sit
long
down
time.
and buckle up because we're going for a story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. I guess we're running. We're running past the hour mark. I don't know how much
Okay.
more you want to go.
Before we go, I have to get into one specific detail.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
a couple things
this
I gotta say too.
this is this, and I need help making a decision here or coming to a verdict. Okay, as
Yeah.
everyone knows, I talked about it last week. We're playing Valheim right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
We're doing this kind of like a community thing, but me and some friends, Jake included, we're doing kind of a progression of Valheim. We're gonna beat the game kind of together, but separate kind of thing. We're gonna progress together. Jake, as he said, one of his bad habits is he plays a lot and he gets super far ahead. So he is already massively ahead of like me, myself, and another person that are on the server in Valheim.
Not massively
But
ahead. You can only get so
okay,
far ahead.
okay, you can only get so far ahead, but he's pretty ahead of us. But graciously not going to fight the next boss until we are ready to do so. Well, another person who is in the same kind of boat, like kind of ahead, I probably ready to do the boss, waiting on me and this other guy being slowpokes or whatever, right? Well, they betrayed us. Okay. Let me tell you, don't ever commit a crime with Jake because he will rat you out without even knowing. We're riding down the road today, and I had a question about like storage, right? The next jump for us is getting iron. And I'm like, hey man, like what's the next like major storage unit? He's like, oh well, it's this, and you need iron to build it. And I was like, okay, well, how big is it? Like, is it like, this much bigger? Because I'm trying to plan ahead for my base build, right? And like Jake kind of is like, well, well, we got one. And I'm like, hey, and it kind of struck me for a second because we can't get iron until we beat the next boss together, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, something threw me off. So I'm like, what? How? What do you mean? Like, you got it? He's like, yeah, we got one. And I was like, oh. Well, you said you needed iron for it. He's like, yeah. And then it got real quiet. It got quiet, Frozen. Right? And I'm just like, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, well, how did you get the iron to make the thing? Dead silence. It was for like 30 seconds. And he just says, me and Daryl got some. Right? These guys.
I knew it was Trash
Listen,
Can
see-
because both Jake and Trash Can, they get into a game and they get into a game so hard, and then you know what happens? They suffer a little thing called burnout, and then they don't play the game for 9 months. And then
Oh.
when everyone else is playing the game, they don't want to play it anymore.
Listen, and this is the funniest part. So in my head, when I hear this, I'm thinking that I'm like, them motherfuckers done went and did the fucking boss, right? They went and did the boss without me, motherfuckers, right? That's what I'm thinking. No, they didn't do that. They glitched into the area where you can get the iron,
Yeah.
got
you
the
walk around.
iron, and then glitched back out.
Yeah.
You didn't
And
glitch back
got
out. You let it glitch
Or
in
whatever.
there.
You walk in.
You
Well,
can walk. Yeah, as I say, you can go to other Skull. When I played Valheim with Skull, we had a good group going. It was like Skull, Swanee. I think it was myself. I'm not sure if Paradox they played with us, and we were progressing. I think shit. Like I'm not sure. I think gold is a thing, and we got we were getting pretty far, and then all of a sudden it came on and Skull's like, "Don't worry, I got all this stuff for us." And I'm like, "What do you mean you have all this stuff for?" I like 9 different bases across the planet. Well, we haven't even killed the 4th boss. And he's like, no, it's all right. I just walked around. I was like, do whatever you do though, don't go into the swamp. And I'm like,
Mhm.
okay.
yeah, that's Skull for you.
And I was just like, what? and he's just dropping all this stuff. Don't worry, I got it all for you. And I'm like, okay.
So, for reference, the way you progress in Valheim is you beat a boss, it lets you get an object to get the next type of metal. So, like, the first boss gives you a pickaxe so you can actually mine it. The second boss gets you a key so you can get into the crypts to actually get the next iron.
Yeah.
The third boss gives you, like, this wishbone that lets you illuminate when you're near silver. And Daryl found a way to get through the crypt door without having to have the key for the second boss. So we did it, got some iron. Needless to say, we shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, and then he said, and Jake knew because Jake was like, Ox is gonna find out.
Yeah, as soon as we built the chest, I was like, Ox is gonna know. Dale's
So-
like, nah, he's not gonna know.
So
I was like, good.
what's your question here? What?
Well, I mean, like they betrayed me, right? Like they should have done
Absolutely.
this, right?
I mean,
And-
let's talk about a story of betrayal here.
Like I don't know what they should like. I mean, I don't know if they shouldn't play the game for a week. I don't know what they
A
need to
week?
do.
I think
What am I gonna do? Sit on my
I-
hands?
I've got a story about betrayal as well. Paradoxic knows this one really well. We
Oh,
were
yeah.
forming this WoW group one time,
Friendship moose.
and I don't even know if you guys might know this story. But we were forming this WoW group. There was an expansion coming out, and we were just trying to get people ready. You know, it was supposed to be a really good expansion, and I wouldn't know what that WoW group feels like because it never happened. And
Never.
you know what? I hear that my character might still be waiting for that group to get formed.
Still flying around Augermar. Wait.
Yeah, yeah. Like so
Some of us were there, okay, and some people just didn't show up.
some of us left top tier rating guilds to do it, and yeah. And no, I'm just kidding. No, they definitely betrayed you. I think a 1 week ban is fair. Nah, you know
I
what?
wouldn't do that to him.
Is this their first infraction?
I don't know. I don't know if I can even trust him at this
'Cause
point.
I think you got to start with the
He's
standard
over- he's a-
24-hour ban.
He's
you know,
over here.
after that-
He's over here like glitching in the walls. No, this is the funny part. Is I knew about the glitch beforehand because Daryl told me. Daryl was like, "Hey, I saw that there's a way to glitch into the crypts," and he looked at me, dead in my face, and he said it in cursive too. He said, "I ain't gonna do it though. I know how to glitch into it, but I ain't gonna do
guarantee
All
it
it."
was
right,
the
here's
same
the
day.
thing. If
You
they
don't-
know it exists, it's because they've already done it.
Yeah, yeah,
Let me tell you that.
yeah,
There was like, check this out.
yeah,
Workbench,
Um,
chair, encrypt.
yeah.
Yeah, you definitely got to pull that knife out your back, bro.
Well, and then the
But
funny
you
thing
know it's
was,
an iron. You know it's an iron knife though, so
Look.
at least.
you don't want to commit a crime with either of them because like Jake unknowingly just like gave up the information, right? And then I said something to Daryl about it, right? And he immediately threw Jake under the bus.
He's like, Jay did it too.
He was like, "Hey, don't look at me. Jake was there too. A drowning man got to bring somebody underneath the water with him. I'll tell you."
A drowning man will never save a drowning man. All right,
Yeah.
they will try to sink you down with them.
Yeah. And he was like, "I got evidence." He was ready. He was ready, dude.
I had a couple things I wanted to bring up, just because I always talk about quick video game updates. One is nostalgic as hell. The other one is just actually pretty cool. Because we just came off the Diablo beta, which was a lot of fun. We played with a group of 4 for most of it, which was pretty exciting. The only thing that kind of sucked was we tried the world boss a couple of times, and the world boss was absolutely goated out of this universe, and unfortunately couldn't kill it. But we had a lot of fun. Can't wait for Diablo to release. I was just poking around because I've been playing Breath of the Wild, and I was looking for something just to play around with until I can get back to the Division with Hawkeye, which I'm probably going to start either tonight or tomorrow again with them. And I came across this game that's made by the same people that do Genshin Impact called like Honkai Star Rail.
Oh,
And
I've seen that on TikTok.
it's another kind of like a turn-based battle system where it's like Final Fantasy but not at the same time. But let me tell you, the animation quality is like Genshin Impact quality, so it almost looks like flipping a Final Fantasy game. It is gorgeous, and it's just a lot of fun to combo and play. So if you have a spare moment and you like free games, I completely recommend it because Twitch has Prime drops for it, and it'll be pretty. It's a pretty fun just game. You can play on your phone, your tablet, and it's pretty fun. Like it's a good one. Nostalgic. There was a movie way back when called Starship Troopers that came out. I don't know if anybody watched it way back in the day. Basically, premise: human race fighting bugs on another planet. Neil Patrick Harris was in it. It was a crazy sci-fi like cult classic movie. If you haven't watched it, I suggest watching it. It's great. They just made a PvE game, a 16-player PvE game called Starship Troopers Extermination. Shroud's streaming it. I'm pretty sure he's doing it right now. It entered early access today. Let me tell you, if you're a fan of the franchise, it's only $30. I think it's cheaper in the States. I think it's only like 19. But it'll probably be the best $30 you ever spent. There's a sniper, and the game just looks hilarious as hell to play. For an early access game, it's pretty wild to watch. But it fulfills like all your Starship Trooper needs. Like it's got the "Would you like to know more?" Press conferences. It's got the you fighting for America planet, shooting all the bugs from the movies, and it's pretty wild. You should check it out if you get a chance and you have some spare coin you want to drop on a Steam game. Other than that, my last one was: have any of you guys ever had a guilty, like, you see something and you want to buy it and it's retardedly priced, but you just know you have to have it? I just found mine. In Japan, they release these acrylic statues for animes all the time. We saw it when we had I just forgot his
NC
name.
Hammer.
Yeah,
Nick.
NC Hammer on our show. He's got a bunch of them that people have sent to him. Well, there was one that was just released where it was all of the Akatsuki members standing on the Gedo statue.
Mm.
It is $2,700.
Mm-hmm. It sounded
And
expensive.
It is about the size of my gaming desk,
Mm.
but it is so detailed. A guy on TikTok saw the early release of it, and he did this review of it, and apparently it is worth every single penny. They ship it to you in like an industrial crate that is like vacuum sealed,
Mm.
and you have to like put the thing together, and it is just gorgeous. And like
Jesus.
it's Saucery in his boy stage, not in his hunched over, and they're all standing on like the arms of the Gedo statue, and some of the eyes are open and some of them are not, but it's like all of the Akatsuki members and all in their little, like, in their forms all around it. And I was just
You're going to
like,
have to send that to us.
oh, I'll send you the TikTok. It's so gorgeous. I was like, I need to spend all my money. Like, it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pre-order this.
$2,700. One of them fucking statues better teach me ninjutsu over that thing, boy.
It just might. And then there was another one I saw where it was Saucery, and he had all of like all the puppets, and it even has like the clear little strings that go up to the puppets, and it's
That's
like
pretty
him
good.
standing there with all the puppets, and I was like, oh, it's so nice. I'm like, why do they have all the nice things? You want to know how much it costs in Japan to buy it? If you were to just buy it, bring it to your house in Japan, it's like the equivalent of paying $200.
Oh, that's how Pokemon cards are. It's like a booster box from Japan's $80. But if you lived in Japan, a booster box like $27.
Yeah. I know. Like, I'm just like, okay, so I need to have an address. Apparently, I need to have a mailbox in Japan.
Alex, I thought you had an emergency, cuz.
No, Brooklyn didn't go into labor, guys. She did not.
We're all eagerly awaiting our newest podcast member coming soon. We wish him the best. With that, we've run an hour and 15 minutes.
Change.
And I'm sure we gotta wrap it up. Guys, in our comment section, make sure you are passing off to your friends that you're checking us out live and you're watching the podcast and listening to the podcast, and continue to upload it to your phones and listen to it. And thank you so much for everything. This is episode 17, and it's crazy. It's been so much fun. I love that we have this live aspect now. We can add people to the chat. Thanks, guys, for chatting with us, talking about our favorite things. We had a blast tonight. You guys have any final comments, anything before we take it home for the night?
Nope.
No, I'm good. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and may or may not be here next week, depending. Induction date is Sunday, so depending on how everyone's feeling, or if I'm for some reason still in the hospital, we'll see. But I'll try to be here.
And of course, you let us know if you need anything absolutely at all, and we'll be there. Jake, anything from you?
No, I'm cool as a cucumber.
Hey,
All right. Well then, guys, thanks again. Thanks so much for listening. Make sure you share it with all your friends. We want to keep growing. Again, don't forget, live episodes coming in November. Oh, we're so ready for this.
yeah, I'm
There might be
excited.
some visa and passport issues after that, but we're
We're having a
gonna be
little
all right.
threesome.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're gonna have a
hey,
threesome,
listen,
all right.
make sure you put like some random address in, like, Oregon, and
Yeah.
then they won't find you.
Never. But as we always wrap things up here, I just say goodnight to you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. And as always, we are here for your drives to work. We are here for your long drives for work. We are here to put you to sleep at night and get ready with you in the morning. Most importantly, we are here for all your anime, gaming, manga, and pop culture needs. So from Ox, Jake, and myself, Frozen, thanks for listening. We love you, and we'll see you next time on the Anime Rift.
Stay sexy.
Ciao.
Why did
Is this
we
like
do
a
that?
Halloween special?